Before we started this podcast, Wes' hat was forward. He seen me, flipped it. It's just fine, I get it. Style icon.
Did you just do
This is the red carpet treatment brought to you by the Brit Awards with MasterCard. Welcome, class, to today's lesson on how to go from reality TV star to Craig David's best friend and admin of the mixed race Men Around the World support group. It's Wes Nelson. Yeah, no clapping. Would you rather get randomly applauded at any given time for the rest of your life, or never applauded again? Like round of applause.
Never.
Like you'll be walking.
Nah, never applauded again. Can you imagine like a funeral and then they just
just that.
That's a horrible thought.
But then you perform and then just
They can woo.
Nah.
No, none of that.
Nothing.
Safe.
What people need to know about you have an illustrious past, which includes a nuclear systems design engineer, Muay Thai kickboxer. But somehow, with those two, the least believable thing in your history is that you're a semi-pro footballer.
Wow.
Who are you playing for?
I was playing for Newcastle. Town.
So you played for Newcastle Town young men 7-a-side football team when you were a kid?
And the Dog and Duck.
And the Dog and Duck.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Thank you, man.
There is a certain stigma that comes with Love Island, right? There's an expectation, especially as a male contestant, that unless you're in a couple, you kind of fade, right?
It is a common misconception. I think that a lot of people feel like they have to be in the relationship. I mean, I have been through enough relationships in the past 4 or 5 years. Too many.
Yeah.
So it's not really been a problem for me in the sense that like, oh, I really need to be in this relationship, because I think I've always had other strings to my boat sort of thing. So like with music or with challenge myself on different things, like we did the swim and all this kind of stuff. Like I'd rather do things that are challenging in me as opposed to just be sort of objectified as a couple. Do you know what I mean? I come as me.
Yeah, but I don't think that's easy is my point.
It's not easy, but I feel like you have to have something genuinely before.
Yeah.
So like I've always been doing music for the longest time, just never took it as seriously as I obviously am now.
Yeah, right. Josh
was presenting before he went on Love Island. Tommy Fury was boxing.
I only got into Love Island in the later stages. What series were you? 3? 4. So like 5. Literally immediately after you finished, I started watching it. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know what's going on.
There's a lot of people though, every year. No, but I think even if you've watched it, some people get forgotten now.
And one of them is Arabella.
Yeah.
Who you went out with.
I did.
Did you know that you were going to perform this year in front of her with Craig David?
I had an idea she'd be in there.
And what was the vibe like? Did you give Did you give the moves?
The lip bite is a red card, by the way, that no one needed.
Did you do that?
I didn't do that. It was more so me just actually trying to just hold my own against one of the greatest R&B vocalists of a generation.
I wasn't performing with you.
That's crazy, because I was talking about Craig David.
A man like CD, born to do it. Rude Boy, I almost dressed as him last year for an MTV theme.
That's me
party.
doing the album thing.
It's really easy to dress as him. You just get a white t-shirt, stick on some headphones, Bob's your uncle. That's only if you're mixed race, though, I guess.
He's buff though now.
Now? He's been buff for like 10 years.
Yeah.
I seen him barge Yap Stam off of football in a charity match. Have you seen the size of Yap Stam? And then proceeded to take the worst shot of all time.
But the thing is, he probably apologized after because he's the most like kind, nicely spoken.
Eat clean, train dirty, Craig David. Listen, I was watching, bruh. I've been watching before the resurgence, before the resurrection, before Craig David rose like a phoenix. You told me he's never gone. Man was in Miami in a hotel room for 8 years.
Just chilling, writing, being spiritual.
He was doing DJ sets to high-profile clients. It's not to be sniffed at. And can I say, what a comeback. Don't call it a comeback. I hear you. But to me, it felt like
that's fair.
A return. Return's nice.
Return. Yeah, I get that.
Listen, the man went to Miami and was like, you know what, f*** you lot for a sec. Came back and was like, whoa! Vibes! So you were more distracted of the fact that you were performing with one of your heroes than you were performing in front of your ex-girlfriend.
Craig's that guy, and I wanted to make sure I did a good performance. It's like a full circle moment for me. Like I was coming back to the villa.
With Craig David. How did you meet him? Why are you besties?
I went to Ibiza supporting one of his shows, and we got chatting. He came and watched my set. He was just like, oh, that was really sick. I watched this set. Obviously, he was sick. Came backstage and we was just chatting about music, and he was saying, "Oh, really like your stuff." I was like, "Damn, didn't even know you'd like listen to my stuff." He's just like, "Yeah, I'd love to get in the studio." I was like, "I'd love to get in the studio. I've actually got a song for you already. I've made it. I've wrote it."
You already had a song with Craig David ready?
No, I lied.
Oh,
it was a lie.
You were just running off vibes.
My foot in the door.
Wow.
And then I was just like, when I get back, I'll send it to you, like, because it's on my laptop and the way that my laptop's working. When I jumped on the plane, wrote the song, got back to the studio next day or two. I showed him the song, and that was actually it.
You lied your way into best friendship with Craig David.
We have a lot of common ground. Like, we love Harry Potter. Craig told me something spiritual about the word abracadabra as well. Apparently, it means like you create what you.
Sorry. Is this abracadabra thing rooted in the fact you both love Harry Potter?
No.
Which house are you going to in
I'm a Griff.
Gryffindor. So
yeah,
basic.
No, it's crap.
That's so basic. Where's Craig David going?
Ravo.
That's my gang.
So I was
Ravenclaw.
Yeah. So
come on.
So we both did the test. Mental. I did the sorting hat test with Craig.
Yeah.
And we both came out Ravenclaw.
Both of you.
Yes. But then we realized it wasn't the correct official Harry Potter thing. So we went on to that.
You got a fake sorting hat. Typical.
Yeah. No. Pesky sorting hat.
Pesky sorting hat. You never know which one's real and which one isn't.
You just wouldn't. Yeah, I was Gryffindor.
What, when you did the second test?
Yeah. But he bought me a Harry Potter figurine, and we went to Harry Potter World together.
Which figurine?
Harry.
Harry?
With a big head.
Okay. Why?
Because I like Harry Potter, and it was my birthday the other day, so he got me a Harry Potter thing.
You're proper pals.
I like that.
I love that. By the way, why haven't I been invited to that WhatsApp group? I mean, you and Craig clearly are admins within that.
What WhatsApp group?
The mixed race.
Craig's the admin.
Mixed race king group.
Craig's the admin.
There's like 5 Jordans in it already, right?
Yeah.
What's like the dream goal with music?
Is me to be in and around music, because it's an ongoing thing, because it's what I actually just genuinely love doing. I have ADHD, diagnosed ADHD. I flutter between things I always have throughout my whole life, like this obsession. But music's the one unwavering thing that I've had my entire life, and if I can make a living from that for the rest of my life, I'm buzzing.
Do you feel like pursuing music right now is probably harder than it's ever been as a
It's difficult. I think someone told me the other day that it's like 20,000 songs get put out on Spotify per week. 40,000. That's bananas.
It's a lot, isn't it? A lot of rubbish.
It's very saturated, but at the same time, it can spread like wildfire if it goes.
I always think of, you know that singer Kenya Grace?
Yeah.
Mad.
Unreal.
Out there just making beats on TikTok. She got used as a sound on a TikTok about travel. Number 1 in the UK. Amazing, and she's incredibly talented. So that I see. But when you do have your foot in the door, having to constantly, I mean, you use TikTok pretty well. Is that something you have a healthy relationship with?
Now, yes. Right. But before, terribly.
Nightmare.
You know what it was? It's like...
You were doing Harry Potter trends, weren't you?
Yeah.
I know, crazy.
Apparently they don't bang. Crazy.
I know, mad.
It went from me leaving the villa, not really knowing what I wanted to do in that sense, because I was thrown into that world. And yes, there's the dangle carrots, like there's that money. If you follow this path, you do some posts for this, you do that. I was doing it, I was just brain dead.
Were you in the villa at one point being like, I'm smarter than all these people?
I don't want to sound like too artsy and whatever, but I gave all of that back, like all the money back. I gave all the deals and everything back. I turned down all the TV offers. I took sort of like a leap of faith, and I think during COVID time, like I was writing 2 or 3 songs, like just writing.
In.
I went to Psalm Studios. I took pictures of everything, and I was like, right, I need that, and that. Put it in Josh Denzel's spare bedroom, put a coat over my head, and recorded See Nobody, and then we went number 3 in the charts. But that was like, yeah. But for me, it was just like, that was when I felt the most present and happy. I used to do PAs and stuff like this, where you just do a meet and greet. I'd be like, what the hell are you here to see me for? Like, you're just here to spill drinks, take a picture, and go home. It was almost like imposter syndrome, but then now I feel like I found myself.
Of course it's imposter syndrome. The concept of going on to a reality show, being yourself, and then just being paid to be yourself, but with people guiding you on what to say and do, it's a bit nuts.
It's dumb.
Well, you know, I think you've transcended it, so well done.
Thank you, mate.
Brits. Have you got a favourite Brits performance of all time?
Dave.
He's kind of my goat. And that Brits performance was...
It's unreal. I cried.
Yeah.
I actually cried.
Top Top tier. You were behind the decks with Craig David, with your boy CD, was the Sony after party.
I didn't know I was supposed to be behind the decks. So, in fact, I wasn't supposed to be behind the decks.
Right.
I knew Craig was performing, so we went, I was getting a drink, and then Carly, Craig's assistant, grabbed me. She's like, yo, Craig wants to talk to you. He's performing. I was like, he doesn't want to talk to me, he's performing. And then, sure enough, he's like, hey, Wes. I was like, and I'm hammered.
Yeah.
Hammered.
Yeah.
Royally hammered.
Oh, yeah.
Phil Mitchell. Like,
Yeah.
to the nth degree. He just puts the mic in my hand. He's like, do your thing. I was like, what do you mean, do my thing, Craig David? This is your song. Like, he's playing his songs. And I'm just like, but then we played Abracadabra. That was a vibe.
Do you want to know a crazy story about an after party?
I want to hear it.
I've wanted to tell this story on this podcast. It's probably not going to make the cut, but I want to tell it anyway. So I'm sober now, 6 years.
Yeah.
I used to drink. I was at Great Escape Festival with a couple of mates, right? I knew one of my friends was DJing.
Yeah.
So I go to this event at this club and I see him DJing and I'm like, yo, dude, what are you saying? He was like, oh, I'm just vibing, what are you saying? I'm like, I'm here, bro. He's like, well, do you want to like hype up my set? I'm like, give me the mic, bro. So I get on stage and I'm like,
But you was actually saying that?
Bro, I was dancing, I was busting the shit. The crowd, big, like just doubling. The size of the crowd, boom, 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 right? I'm going, holy shit, this is like... Next DJ comes on, I also know him. He goes, bro, do you want to stay on stage and hype my set? Let's go.
Got all the energy.
Crowd, boom, boom. I've come off stage like, I have slayed this party, bro. Wow. I see my friends afterwards. They weren't even really there. They were outside. I've come out and been like, guys, oh my days, you missed it. And they're like, what? And they're like, oh, I was just on stage killing it. It's like, oh yeah, we meant to say, when we were having a cigarette, someone ran outside and went, everyone's got to come inside. That kid from Rizzle Kicks is melting down on stage.
There's genuine pain in the eyes there. But that's actually what you were saying. You wasn't actually saying anything.
You with me?
I've just snorted, bruv.
Celebrity X Factor.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Was that stressful just purely based on the fact that it was like quite a produced, controlled show?
I was rapping on. I'm not a rapper. I sing.
Rapping?
Yeah, so it's like, but I was rapping nursery rhymes, like, because you can't swear, you can't talk about anything.
Did you ever rap about nuclear science?
All the time.
I would rap about nuclear physics. Wait, hold on, what was it you called?
Nuclear system design engineer.
Bro, come on. You want a system design? How about nuclear? Come round.
That's
rhymes
hard
of nuclear.
rhyme, nuclear.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Zoo. Zoo.
You're lost here, aren't we?
So anyway, you were rapping and you were like, this is dry, bro.
I mean, yeah, at that point in time, I was literally just sat over the engineer's shoulders and I was just watching absolutely everything that he was doing on Logic.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, so you were just using it to learn the craft.
So I was just watching everything like a hawk and I was chewing his ear off, which he probably found really annoying. While everyone else is just chilling, I'd be like, what's this? But then I just go home, try and basically make the session in my house.
Yeah, but that's good though. That's an intelligent use of that exposure.
Nearly every song I've ever released, I've recorded myself and engineered myself.
That's pretty cool.
And
for real.
And produced on, yeah. I think it's important to try and understand every aspect of music. If you're gonna do it, like, you may as well do it right, you know?
If you could collaborate with anyone, who would that be?
St. John or Biebs. I know it sounds like such an easy one to say.
Justin Bieber. Right.
Like he's just. I was listening to his stuff back to back the other day. I was just like, he's actually the coldest.
Yeah, he is cold.
He's so cold. And he's very versatile.
Justin Bieber is the R&B GOAT, I guess. Too pop.
Yeah.
Chris Brown?
Yeah, it's got to be in it.
What do you call him? Breezy.
Breezy, yeah.
Would you do a song with Chris Breezy?
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Unbelievable.
R&B GOAT.
Unbelievable.
Right.
Hey, Chris, yeah, let's do one.
Anyone else?
Not you.
Come on. Wes Nelson! Coming up next week on the red carpet treatment is Vic Hope.
I like clapping, I like waving. I get enormous pleasure out of it. I could wave all day.